What's up, everyone? Welcome back for another Toy Bro review. Today we are going to take a look at the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Titus Wave Yondu figure from Hasbro. All right, so here he is, and if you guys have watched my video about the kind of current state of my 2017 top 10, he is in that list. He actually has made my current cut, which is one really weird because I don't buy MCU figures. I've never gotten into the Marvel movie figures. I prefer the comic look of pretty much every character that's been in a Marvel movie. But this figure, I got him because I got him on sale. I got him cheap on Amazon so I could finish the Titus Build-A-Figure. But he's pretty much like blowing me away. I would love to have a comic accurate Yondu. I love that design. I really like the character. But this figure is, I mean, it's really, really cool. It's got some limitations in terms of what you can really do with him, I think. But the overall figure is executed very well. So I'm going to pull this out real quick, and we're going to talk about this accessory first because it's one to get out of the way, and then there's not a whole lot to talk about with it. So obviously, Yondu's powers or his abilities are that he can control the arrow with his whistle. And, we've got the face sculpt that he's got his pursed lips, so he's whistling. And this guy fits in the holster here, and it just slides in, and it'll stay there. You got to play with it maybe a little bit to get it exactly how you want it. My only real criticism with this is that this thing moves incredibly fast, so it shouldn't really be all like coiled up right around him, but I understand why it was done for stylistic purposes. Ideally, if it had come out, it'd already be far away from him. It usually doesn't hover around him except for if it's like by his head. That said, that's a stupid gripe, so it's not really one I'm gonna, be too upset about. I think it looks cool. I like the translucent plastic. It's molded well. I am worried about it maybe sagging over time, since it does just hang out like that. But overall, it's a cool accessory, and I'm glad they included it. The figure itself, sculpted really well. A lot of detail on it. The big thing for me, obviously, is this head. The head, I mean, it looks just like Michael Rooker. Now, that could be a good or a bad thing, depending on whether you like Michael Rooker. I don't really care one way or the other, but this looks like the actor. So, I think it's really cool. They've got his sculpted beard in there. We've got the lines on his head sculpted in there. And then just all of the facial details are in there. There's wrinkles in his skin. I think they went kind of above and beyond with his head sculpt. The rest of the body is sculpted really well. It's not like a groundbreaking design, but there are a lot of sculpted, textured details all over this figure. Look at all the wrinkles and the line work in the trench coat, all over the arms, on the chest. It's even got kind of like a pattern. I don't know how to describe it. But it's textured, and you can, I don't know if it's picking up, and you can actually feel that it's ribbed. It is textured when it probably doesn't even need to be. And then the pants are covered in texture. The boots are, and then the front of the trench coat as well with the emblem there. And then of course on this particular head, the one with the mohawk, which I believe is his Guardians 2 look, has a bunch of line work and then different paint apps in there as well for different shades of red, because I believe it glows, right? It's a glowing thing, so it's supposed to give off maybe that impression that it is glowing. As far as articulation goes, we're pretty standard here for a Legends. Head goes all the way around, goes up and down. He can move his arms all the way around. My joints are still kind of tight. Bicep swivel. We've got double jointed elbow, which goes back pretty far. We have got a wrist swivel and a hinge. He does have a crunch, but the trench coat is obviously going to get in the way because it's not going to want to bend as well as the plastic on the body does. But you can get around it a little bit. And I'm honestly, when I talk about his posability, you're not probably going to be doing that anyway. There is a waist twist. The legs go out just a decent bit, but again, the jacket is going to get in the way anyway. Legs go all the way forward. They do have some backwards motion, but the jacket is again going to hinder that to a small degree. Thigh cut. There is a double jointed knee there. Let me fold it all the way back. Obviously, the jacket's going to get in the way there. We have a, doesn't look like we have a thigh cut, or not a thigh cut, a shin swivel, boot cut. And we have got a hinge, which goes pretty far back. It's pretty good. And then there is a rocker in there a little bit. There we go. Loosen that up. Yeah. So he's got your standard Legends articulation. Um, I don't think I'm going to be posing him in too many weird ways. Like, I've got him kind of janky right here like this, but he's not going to be posed like this. So, if you saw, the jacket is curved back. So the only real accessory in terms of what you could display him with is the arrow. And that is because the hand here is meant to be kind of pulling back the jacket, and then you stick it in to reveal the holster, and then he's got the arrow out. So, I mean, that's the intended display. I don't know that I'm ever going to really display him any differently. I think it's a cool look. I like that they warped the jacket to do that, so that's pretty cool. The other accessory, because he does come with two, you just can't display him like this. He has the original Yondu head. So this again looks a lot like Michael Rooker. It has the standard mohawk, not the tall one like we've got here. He's not whistling in this one, obviously. It's just got the smile, but the teeth are painted, and then beyond that, the head is a little different. Obviously, the facial features are sculpted to match the look of the mouth, and you've got a lot more wrinkles around the mouth to accommodate this smile. But it's well painted, it's well sculpted. I think they really killed it with this design. I really like it. I'm probably not going to use this one. I like the mohawk. I think it's cool. So this is probably how I'm going to display him on my shelf. But I mean, if you wanted to use this head, there's not a problem with it. It's pretty solid. All right, now overall, I think it's pretty obvious. I like this figure. He's not my favorite in the wave, but my favorite in the wave is also one of my top 10 currently. That's Angela. But this is a great figure. It's not going to make me want to buy movie figures, but he looks cool. If I never get a comic accurate Yondu, this is going to be a good Yondu to have on my shelf. I think he's a solid figure. He looks really, really good. And I've said it probably 10 times in this video already. They nailed this head sculpt. It's damn near perfect. I mean, I don't really care about Michael Rooker one way or the other, but this looks like the actor. So they did him justice with this figure. Paint is on point, especially on that head. There's little paint details all over the jacket. Articulation, while nothing groundbreaking, is standard, and it's not really hindered in any way by the design because they really want you to display him this way. And I'm okay with that because that's this character's signature look, and they accommodated the figure and that trench coat to make it, as accurate as possible. So I am very pleased. I'm glad I picked him up. Even more glad that I got him for less than retail. But he's worth retail price too. So, I probably should have gotten him earlier. So that's going to do it for this review, everyone. As always, stay tuned for more reviews. I'm going to go through the Guardians wave, bit by bit, and then I'll get Titus taken care of. So that is on the way. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know, do you like the Guardians of the Galaxy? Do you like this wave? It is kind of a weird wave with a mishmash of characters. Do you like this figure? Let me know. Until next time.